something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
You want to do like a retake?
Sure. Okay. Start over. Welcome back to.
I hope we keep that in.
More specifically, can you just start with the?
I know you have to keep.
Okay, are you guys gonna let me start?
Yep. No, yeah, go ahead.
Welcome to another episode of We Shouldn't Be Talking About This. This is episode 25.
You got it right.
25. It's
Crazy.
a quarter of the way into 100, and it's the same number as the year, so there has to be some luck in there with that or something. I don't know.
Or something.
And did you miss us last week? We hope you missed us.
We
apologize for
had
taking
a good
break
holiday weekend.
Yes, we hope you had a good holiday weekend, but mostly we hope you missed us. It was Easter, and it was also our father's birthday, so we took the weekend off.
Not our Father who art in heaven. It was our biological father who provided his biology.
Or in Earth. Hello. What?
Yeah, I think that was assumed since people celebrate Jesus' birthday on Christmas.
No,
it was
had
just
to
the
explain.
rebirth of Jesus coming back from the dead.
Born again.
I saw a video on
the road
Instagram,
again.
and this person was saying, like, guys, he folded his face cloth when he came back. And she said, back during that times when like kings and stuff would be eating dinner, to signal like they were done, they would leave their napkin like crumpled up or something, so that like waiters and stuff would know that they're done. But if they went to go to the bathroom or something, they would fold it to signal that they're coming. And she's like, he folded his face cloth.
Do you think that's where it came from? Folding your napkin? I'm kidding. That's really cool. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
So
that's really cool.
You all have time before he comes back.
Do we though? At the rate this inflation's looking.
What does the inflation have to do with anything?
Just saying, the world's in turmoil. It's going to be on fire soon enough. Oh my God, with all these plane crashes that are happening, it's insane.
These plane crashes happened months ago. What are you talking about?
Couldn't tell by now.
There was literally
a bit of a...
Oh. What?
I don't even know what. What are you... What's... Her voice is gone.
Oh, yeah.
She sounds
struggling.
I'm a little hoarse right now.
You're a little horse? A pony?
You look like one now, too.
I was thinking it. I wasn't going to say it, but...
Anyhow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, there was just a plane crash, like... What was it? Like in Anoka or something like that? Just like a few weeks ago here in Minnesota.
Oh, another one? This is like the fifth one.
Yes, there was. It hit a house. It was an independent plane, so it was just the dude. He flew into a house and killed nobody but himself.
That's okay, so that's different.
But the house is gone now.
The house is gone. But the neighbors next door, not a scratch on their house.
This is not sponsored, but I will once again say that Spirit Airlines has not had an issue with their planes. I think pretty much every other airline has. So I know we're all against Spirit for some reason, but if you want a safe flight, it might be the way to go.
Their service is mid.
Maybe that's so they can get quality planes.
I will say though, the flight attendants on the Spirit airline are usually super nice, or at least the ones I've encountered are super nice.
Yeah, they're usually nice.
I feel like most
it's just the
attendants
seats are trash.
Yeah,
you don't get snacks on the flight.
You can just bring your own.
You have to pay for a carry-on.
Yeah.
and it's still cheaper than going on any other
It's
flight.
still cheaper.
You're right. And that's because half your butt's falling off the seat while you're flying.
But that's why it's better to do it with like a shorter distance flight.
Yeah, if I'm just flying from Minnesota to Chicago, I'll take Spirit. No problem.
Why? Never mind.
You're gonna say
That's
why are
the
you
short flight
flying?
I'm talking about, Judgment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do much more than that.
What about like from here to like New York or like even California? Like I will say that is like the one nice thing about the Midwest is I feel like we're not like exactly equidistant, but we're kind of like, you know, like each place is like 3-4 hours away. Like we don't have to go from one coast to the next coast, which is like I don't know how long that flight would be. But you know, we're kind of like
Probably
situated in the
double.
middle. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if that would be like 6, 7, or 8 hours. You know?
There might be layovers. I don't know.
Yeah.
For-
But that's
If you
one nice
want
thing.
it
Like,
to
you know, we're
be
kind of like
cheaper.
split right in the middle. You just kind of like, do, 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 do. You know?
yeah, I mean, that's not. Yeah, I mean, that's
So
a
everyone
plus.
who's
But
random
I
in the
can't-
Midwest,
Minnesota is the best of the Midwest, and no one can argue with me. Not a single
Nah.
person can argue that.
nah.
Minnesota is by far the best
The
of
best.
the Midwest.
Are we passive aggressive as hell? Yeah.
I think the only thing people have against Minnesota is that it's colder than pretty much the rest of the Midwest.
Not with global warming anymore.
It depends on
It's still colder.
where.
I know.
Anywhere
Because-
in Minnesota.
No.
Well, I guess northern
because
Wisconsin maybe, but nobody really
And-
lives there, so.
if you're living around the lakes, the Great Lakes, then that's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
cold.
colder. And there's more Great Lake land in like Michigan, Wisconsin.
Michigan.
So
That's true. That's true.
People don't like live there. It's like empty.
is it? Have you been there?
Like most of the people in Wisconsin live in Madison or Milwaukee. And most of the people in Michigan live in
And
like
most of the people
suburbs.
in Minnesota live in
Live in the
Minneapolis,
Twin
St.
Cities.
Paul,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
And
not
that's colder.
cold.
It's colder.
It's more
Barely.
south though than like the majority of the state.
Yeah.
You guys get below zero there.
Well, yeah, so do you.
So do other
No,
people.
Rockford
Yes,
doesn't
they
think hit
do.
Rockford hit below zero maybe
Rockford's
once.
not Wisconsin.
Anyhow.
Basically is. I'm 20 minutes away from Wisconsin.
Good
Like,
Lord.
But not 20 minutes away from Madison.
Or Milwaukee.
okay, but even Madison is
Exactly.
not.
Point exactly.
Milwaukee's
And
trash,
also,
in my opinion.
bro, what? And people do
So is
live
Madison.
near the Great Lakes. Just like people live in Duluth. Just like people live in
Not
Rochester and in the random places like Hastings and stuff. I don't.
Calm
The
down.
random places like
Yeah.
Hastings.
Calm down. I'm aware there are people there.
And
I'm
I
just
fine.
not
Okay,
many
but
people
my
there.
other point is that like even if it doesn't get into the negatives, it's still getting to roughly zero. In
Which
which case
honestly,
you
yeah.
still need a jacket. You still need a coat.
You don't feel the difference.
And that coat is still gonna be what's needed when you're here
Okay, you do,
in the
yeah.
negative.
There's
You're still gonna need your hat. You're still gonna need your mittens, your gloves, your scarf.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a true Minnesotan, you don't need it as much because you're used to
don't
the
wear gloves.
cold.
Yes, because in your head, all you have to do is run out to the car and then get to where you have to go, and it's warm, and then just run into the building.
And like honestly,
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
you
pause,
want your state to be
pause.
stumped by the fact of having snow. Like
Wait,
you know,
we gotta pause a second,
Texas
Sully.
has to shut down for like a whole week just
Sully,
because you get a little inkling
gotta
of snow.
Yeah, Madison does.
This is my point.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're gonna let some natural snow just that flurries onto the ground
I don't
bother
get
you?
that.
No!
They literally
You move
can't
on with
see
your
snow
life
because they
and go
got
do your
maybe
grocery
like
shopping.
half an inch or something. Like it barely snowed. Yeah, I don't know. But we gotta back up here, Sully. We gotta back up here, okay? Jasmine just was talking about how she doesn't wear coats.
Oh,
I didn't
She
talk
runs
about
it.
that.
You just gotta run out to your car and then run
I didn't
back
talk about
inside.
not wearing a coat. I said for Minnesotans, because I was
Yeah,
going
I
off
did
of
say
Soli
true
when
Minnesota.
she said, Yeah, you did say that, like, whatever, but you said that, like, people should just be adjusted to it. And I'm like, yeah, that's also because most people, at least in Minnesota, their mindset is I'm inside, it's warm. All I have to do is run out to my car. Most of the cars here are like auto start, so it's already warmed up a bit. So they're running into their car that's already started to
Other
warm
people
up,
have a
and then they're
garage.
driving and it's warm. Or they have exactly. Or they're in an apartment with like a heated garage or something. So again, it's warm. And then they just like drive to wherever they have to go, and then they just have to run inside. You're dealing with like the outside for like a max of like 5 minutes. Max.
You should tell
And
yourself that.
again,
I should.
like, how on earth can you live with the fact that your state shuts down with an inch of snow?
Yeah, that's really sad. That's
That's
like water on the
seriously,
ground.
like even here, I get so annoyed sometimes because they'll know it's gonna snow and then they don't pre-salt the roads. It annoys me so much.
I think I've heard something like that. It doesn't help. Like
Yeah.
after a certain period of time, like a certain amount of snow, it just doesn't help.
Well, yeah, after a
Plus, with
certain
like
amount, but
all the cars driving
do
on
that
it,
out
like
here.
the salt wouldn't stay.
We're not getting that amount of snow here though that it wouldn't help.
Yeah,
Like
like that's just sad. Like honestly,
Yeah.
response time here is top notch.
it is.
Top
I
notch.
It's
literally
usually really
I,
good, especially
I
on the
did
highways.
not appreciate it enough living in Minnesota, but literally it's so amazing. You have to be somewhere and it snowed overnight. You have to leave your house at 7 a.m. Roads cleaned already. Don't you worry. Don't worry.
Yeah,
And at least most of the main roads. If
Yeah.
the
it's
main
like
roads, yeah.
your
Yeah, main
neighborhood
roads.
roads, you're on them for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
you gotta do is
It's like the
shovel your
best
driveway.
part of
That's
it.
it.
I know. That's the only thing you have to worry about is like getting out of your driveway or out of like the parking ramp or wherever you are. Just getting out of that, probably out of this that initial street, and then once you're done with that, you're
It's like it
good.
never snowed.
It's like honestly,
Yeah.
And
it's
then
like you
you
don't
just
have to
get to
deal with
enjoy the
anything.
beauty of the snow on the
Exactly.
ground.
Well, and then just
Like
seeing
it.
all the cars that were in ditches while it was snowing.
Okay.
And like
Well,
I
yeah.
don't think people understand that because I've been asked so many times like why do you love Minnesota? It's cold and it snows a lot and I'm like
But we're
I don't think you
prepared.
understand the snow is really usually
We're not
not an
Minnesotans.
issue.
No. Do you know
And it's
there's this
also
one
not that
time?
much. Like it's cold, yeah, but
Oh,
the
sorry.
snow is not that much. Like it's usually a couple days out of the year that it's actually that bad.
Right. And it
Yeah.
has to usually be snowing for a day or more, like full day or more for it to
For it to
become like
stick and become a
Yeah.
problem.
collecting on the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's the other thing though is like, is most plows won't get out until it's like stopped snowing, which I mean, yeah, it's usually like earlier, later morning. But again, I mean, like they're constantly plowing the highways. But there was this one time a few years ago, it was like this winter blizzard or whatever, and I remember driving home. I want to say I was like babysitting or something, and I saw a plow in a ditch, and I'm like, oh, now you know it's bad.
oh no. Yikes.
Like, dang,
And like my other
that's
thing is
not
that's like
good.
the only bad like natural weather that we get. Like
Yeah.
tornadoes happen every once in a blue moon.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
even
I mean, in the cities they really don't happen, but I think if you
You
go out more, I think they
Yeah.
happen a little bit more often, especially
really
like
feel
touchdown tornadoes.
I
Yeah.
really feel like we had more tornadoes when we were younger. I don't know why.
It did feel like that, and hail. We had more hail.
Yeah.
Global warming.
But wouldn't that it like I feel like that would help
Global
with
warming would help
more
tornadoes. But
Oh, well, I'm talking about
I
hail.
yeah, and if we get hail,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like really tiny now.
yeah.
That's true.
Which
It's
is
like
like
it's
really
honestly it's just like
easy.
sleet.
Yeah. I think the biggest nature like nuisance in Minnesota are the mosquitoes, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Like-
And the humidity. And the
Weather.
humidity. This hair plus humidity,
Yeah.
Black people were not meant for that. We're not meant for that. We're meant for the dry heat. Where this
I
this
can't
hair
do
just
I
goes
will do
crisp.
humidity over dry heat
But
any
this
day.
hair just
though.
goes crisp. It doesn't go.
You just put it in a bun.
Ugh,
Like it
I
ain't that
can't
big
do
of
the
a
humidity.
deal.
It's the heat on top of like this.
You don't have to be outside.
It's like
You don't have to be
disgusting.
outside.
Like
This is true.
It's like humid, like the majority.
You don't have to be
Sure.
outside.
See, that doesn't really
Yes, it
bother me. It's
can.
the
No, it doesn't.
mosquitoes, I think, are the one thing that make me go like, ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but it's
honestly the
like
one thing
there's
that
so
keeps me
many
inside.
things out there now for mosquitoes that it's like
Right. No, I don't think I've had an issue with it recently, but I also haven't been outside in Minnesota very much recently. So
They
there's
were
that.
really bad in my backyard last year. I hated
but
going
also
outside.
like mosquitoes or cicadas, like let's be real.
True. Oh
Facts.
my gosh.
Facts,
I
totally.
never had to deal with that
That's
until I
so
came here and I
true.
was like, ugh. Like, why are
Ugh.
they just dead all over the ground? That's so
You have to deal with
gross.
those there? That's disgusting.
Outside. That they've never come in the house, thankfully, but
You
like,
hear them
yeah.
outside? That's
It's
That's
like a
gross.
buzzing.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Isn't that like them mating or something like
That's a.
that? I don't know. Maybe I was
It's
remembering.
something like that. That's a plague from the Bible. That does not belong anywhere
It
near
is.
me.
You're not wrong.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
They are disgusting.
Bro, what if like there were new plagues and mosquitoes were a plague? I would die.
I mean, they are. They transmit a lot of
Yeah, I was
disease.
gonna say
So.
you probably would die. There's malaria and dengue fever and West
I
Nile.
mean, dengue fever is mainly not here, but
No, I know.
and also they're finding cures to it now, so that's wonderful. Wonderful news.
Pretty much all
The
the
mosquitoes?
that are not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Malaria is
Put
pretty
me
much
up. Put me in those
dead.
test trials all day long, boys. Any day, all day. I will be there.
You're gonna test
And then
try?
there's also mosquito killers. More bugs that kill mosquitoes though. So those are
Remember the mosquito hawk that
spiders.
was in the house that one day and you freaked? I do. That was
Oli
funny.
was probably like 5 or 6 years old. I don't know.
Non-existent.
I wish we had caught that on video. It was sorry. Let's go. It's
I'm
funny.
gonna bring up some embarrassing things for you too, Jasmine. Don't you worry.
I need to go
Keep
put Charlotte
talking.
downstairs.
What?
Okay. Just go put Chai Chai downstairs. Sorry, Tegan. I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of our audience of one or two.
That's
Maybe three.
wild.
You know, you just kind of have to like keep your expectations low so that like when reality hits, maybe it's better.
I guess you don't interact with the social media as much, so you probably have literally no idea.
No. They know who I am. I don't know who they are. Sorry.
Yeah. Huh?
But yeah.
I need to start being more active on social media, but
Hmm.
we usually have at least 5 people watch our videos. Usually. And
Okay, to our 5 viewers out there. Hey.
and half the time
How
we've
you
had 10 or more.
doing? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, you guys. Best news ever. So I'm on my computer. Was it yesterday? Today? Maybe it was this morning. It was this morning. On my computer at work. And I get a message from the old team lead whose spot I took because she moved to a different position. And she's like, hey, any chance you'd be interested in going with like this one group of plebs in June to go draw.
Lobotomist. Let's clarify that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Why? What did it sound like?
You just said plebs, Judgment. I don't know if people know
Oh.
what plebs are.
Sorry.
No, but I think it just sounds funny
It does.
because it sounds like a mixture of celebs mixed with phlegm, and so then it's like, huh, what is that?
Interesting. Well, anyhow, in June, I get to go help draw the Vikings.
Wow.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
I know. And I'm like, I am gonna have to flirt up a game. I gotta catch me a pro man's, guys.
I don't know if
Guys, could you imagine? Could you imagine? I'd be right there on the sidelines, having other little kids be like,
I'm
"Go
not gonna
Daddy."
lie to you. I don't know how much you want to date a pro footballer.
No, I know. I want a sugar daddy then. I'll take that.
You're not gonna be the only
Pay my
one who's a
bills.
sugar daddy too.
Pay my bills. Pay my bills.
I imagine they keep their money pretty close to them.
Anyhow, I just
They
thought you
blow
guys would think it was cool. Oh, and then I'll get to. Oh,
That's-
never mind. I mean, but
That's
yeah.
not where I thought you were gonna go with the story, but it is.
Sorry.
You could
Yeah, but I get to go draw the Vikings. I get to
cool.
stick them with a needle.
I'm sure their
Blow,
veins would.
blow. I know. That's what I thought too. I'm like, they're gonna think I'm flawless. Sorry. I have a big ego when it comes to this.
You could have stopped
Just
that.
stop the ego.
Nope. You
I've
really could just stop. I have a big ego. Period.
been like challenging this one girl at work because like between me and her, we like never ask for help with draws. And we usually get asked to help other people with draws. And so I always go up to her and I'm like, we should draw somebody and figure out who can draw better. And we've drawn 3 people simultaneously, like at the same time. Yes, that is what simultaneous means. We've always gotten the same feedback. It's always been like, huh, I can't really tell. Those are both really good. I couldn't feel them. And I'm always like, I'm not satisfied. And that was after the 3rd person. I'm like, okay, I think we could just be done. She's like, yeah, we need to be done. Anyhow, so don't worry. I share my ego with everybody. It's not just with you guys.
Right.
Which just goes to show how much ego you have that you can share it with everybody.
Too much.
And still have enough left over.
Like, is there space on this planet for it? I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
So,
It's questionable sometimes.
Good thing the universe is constantly
The
expanding.
Bible calls us to be humble, Josh.
Oh yeah, no, definitely humble. When I want to be. I'm humble every now and then.
That's some
think
of
it's
the
my
most
battles.
contradictory statements I've ever heard in my entire life.
anyways, you know, we can just move on. We can just move on.
Okay, then. All
I
right.
don't even know what we were talking about before that, bro.
I'm humble in my ego.
No, before that.
Before anything that you just brought up.
Before you talked about drawing the Vikings.
The Vikings.
We were just talking about
Before that.
Minnesota. We were talking about Minnesota.
Talking about how Minnesota's so great. And mosquitoes.
The cicada.
And the plagues.
And the plagues. I think we stopped at the plagues. We didn't say anything after that. Wasn't judging.
Oh,
No,
because
there's
Josh
something.
like 2 or 2 listeners out there, and then you guys went
Oh yeah. And then you're like, actually, they're
I said
No,
we
no, no.
usually have at least 5.
well,
Good.
to
And
watch
more than
Soleil.
half the time we have more than 10 or more. So that's what I think.
Anyways,
Yes.
That's more
I can't believe you guys actually like listening to us. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm done.
How do you know
I'm
they're
not-
here for
I'm
you?
done.
she
I
said us.
said us. You can replay
Say
that.
us.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm trying to
said
say
us.
maybe it's not us. Maybe they just come here for Sully's facial expression.
They could.
I would.
They could, and that would be a great reasoning. Maybe they come here to figure out how many times you're gonna say on Instagram. On Instagram, I saw.
I'm trying not to, guys. Okay, but
Every time
But
you say it,
maybe
I'm
they're
like,
here to see how many
that's one more
times
tick mark on
we
your
can
board.
bring up anime and
Yeah, in an episode.
maybe that's why they watch it, because they're like, "Ooh, anime
Weebs.
lovers. I want to get to know these anime lovers.
Yeah.
Know their thoughts and opinions on anime."
Speaking of anime, okay, for everybody who's like, I know you
giving
guys
Mickey
said to
Mouse.
watch it subbed and
is,
la la
you're right.
la, but if you want to watch an English anime, Sully has already mentioned this one, but I hardcore recommend Devil May Cry on Netflix because
Please stop
What's the
calling it
show?
English anime. No,
It's
that is
not
not what it
anime.
What do
is.
you want me to call
It's
it?
American animation. It is just like Avatar.
American
It is
animation.
American
There you
animation.
go.
It's American. You can call it an adult cartoon. That's what I
Yeah.
called
Yes.
it.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
So, anyhow,
I
to the
can't.
show.
I started watching it, and then I went back the next day to watch it, and then Netflix said, "Oh, sorry, you're not on the right Wi-Fi. Try again another time." So I can't watch it. Can't even watch it on my computer, which normally I can. So
That happened to me, but that's because I had changed the Wi-Fi password.
what happens when you run a hotspot and try it?
Probably won't work.
no idea. I could try that. I don't know. But then I started watching Freerun, and I just don't think.
It's hard to get. Well, it's not what you would expect.
I don't know what I was. I actually had very little expectations going into it.
Interesting, since it's up
It's
for
just like
anime of the
no
year.
plot.
No, there is a plot. You just need to keep watching.
Let's say.
That's all there is to it. Just keep watching. It literally could not be.
I mean,
more
like,
straightforward.
to be fair though, it
Could not be
starts
more
out like
straightforward.
the main character.
You
where,
watch
like,
Freerun, Jasmine?
I've been watching it, yeah. Where like she lives for so long, so like her like idea of time isn't the same as humans, and so like when everyone's like, oh, I like like whatever, like she just kind of is a free floater, and so I feel like that's kind of how it starts. Like the plot feels free floating.
No, it's the fact that
No,
they
it's
say
just watching it.
it's the
It's
fact
just
that they introduce you to
literally
4
just
characters and then they
It's
spoiler
not a
alert,
surprise.
they
It's
kill
not a
off
spoiler
It's
alert.
like
someone
happens in the first episode. It's not a
at
surprise.
the by the end of the first episode. One of them is
It's
dead.
literally called Freerun Beyond Journey's End. Journey's End.
Boom.
Okay? Beyond it. Okay?
That's just referencing when all 4 of them went to kill the Demon King.
I honestly appreciated the different concept because all
Yeah.
you ever do is lead up to the climax of a thing, and then it's like, oh yay, they did it. Now they go back, get celebrated, and then that's
What
where
happens
the story
after?
ends. What happens after? And now we finally get to see it. So don't hate on it, okay?
It's boring. So
Facts.
It's
I don't
not.
really-
You just haven't watched
You
far
don't
enough.
have to watch it then,
How far do you
Tegan.
think I have watched?
Not halfway.
Probably like episode 3.
7.
What
Am I
interesting
right?
thoughts you guys have.
You finish it?
No, I did not.
How
I'm
far
not
did you
even
watch?
on the 3rd episode.
See, I hate this about you, honestly. Because you do this every time. You dog crap on every single show. And
Dog
in every
crap.
single show that me and Jasmine are like, it's actually good, you should watch it.
Mhm.
And then you start watching and you're like,
Like
guys, I
Julian
don't
the
get the hype.
Phantoms.
I don't think it's good. It's not good. And we're like, then clearly you haven't watched far enough. And then sure enough, we get a text from you the next day
Oh
saying,
my
guys, this is actually really good. You should have just kept watching it. Yeah, why do you think we freaking told you to just keep watching it?
Yep. Yep.
Guys, I don't know what it is. I just
Like I
need
get
to
not
show
trusting me, but not trusting Soli. Like
Like
that's
it
just
actually
so
gets
disrespectful.
so good. And like,
Okay,
bro,
but here's
you
maybe
love
my thing.
character development. This show is nothing if not character development.
It's
It is
just
beautifully written. It is beautiful. Yeah. The animation, flawless. The colors, beautiful. The whole world, amazing. Each character's backstory, tear jerking. The plot only thickens, does not thin.
okay.
And you wanna hate on it?
Here's my
You
thing.
wanna hate on
I
it?
think I need shows that like draw you in instantly. Like I started watching Devil May Cry, and I was like,
So
I'll
you're
watch
just
this.
a wimp.
I'm not a wimp. It's just like
You are a wimp.
don't give me
If
all this
you-
lame. I think this is what really has bothered me about Freerun is it's literally like less than 2 episodes, and there has been so much montage. I've never seen so much montage.
It's because so much time has gone by too.
I don't care. Just skip
Oh.
for me. I don't need montage. Just skip.
Then skip it. Then skip it. If you
Dang.
cannot appreciate the work that went into these things, but you can go and sit and read a 1,000-page book,
Correct.
I don't want to hear it.
Because there's no
You can put
montage
it in
in
2 times
books.
speed if you want.
Zero
Mhm.
montage in books. They get to
There
the
definitely is. Like, there's definitely,
Speaking of
like,
montage, the new season of Black Mirror came out. You can watch it, obviously. I mean,
I
like,
don't
why
think
not?
someone's ever watched Black Mirror.
no,
I was more talking to you, Tegan.
Oh,
But like, it's just not Black
I
Mirror.
never finished Black Mirror.
Oh, okay.
The
It's
show is
just not.
the episode's too long, and again doesn't draw you in. Black Mirror shows like Black Mirror, those need to draw you in right away. And there's when every single episode has a build up before the climax, and the climax is
Yeah.
the last 10 minutes of the episode. No, thank you. I can't. I really can't.
I
I
think
guess.
your issue is that you're trying to see Freerin as an action anime when
No,
that's
not at
not
all.
what it
I knew.
is.
I clicked on it knowing it wasn't, and I was like, it would be a good change up from finishing Solo Leveling.
No,
Like,
because that's where
Look at
you're
all my
wrong.
carrots. Can you go
Because
get
when
out?
you finish a show like Solo Leveling, you're on a high.
yeah,
You're
and
on
I
the
didn't
high
watch
of your
something that I
life.
knew wasn't gonna be
And
as
now
good.
you're starting Freerin and you're like, I can't do this. It's too slow. It's
Guys,
not going anywhere.
guys.
Because you
What
just
did I
finished Solo
watch?
Leveling. You're not giving your brain the like, okay,
The time
we
it
need to
needs
calm
to just,
down.
yeah.
Then what do I watch?
Well, if you're like me, you watch like 5 animes at one time, so you never really get bored.
Sure. Just go back and forth.
I just finished Death Parade. That was like a whoa. What just happened in my life? I don't know. It's a very interesting concept. Essentially, it's like when people die at the same time, they go to a place in which they have to be judged whether they claim it's to either go to heaven or hell. However, it's really the void or reincarnation.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so then they make them play a game, but they lose all their memories before they get here. And then they make them play a game in which they stake their lives on the line.
Oh. I still stand by the fact that you guys should watch Parasite.
Oh, I'll get around to it maybe.
Yeah, I think I have.
I started Fire Force.
How do you
pretty
get
good.
anime
Pretty
so
good.
quickly? What the heck? I
Death
don't.
Parade's only 12 episodes, so it really doesn't count.
That would take me like a week.
Well, that's a problem for you then. You
That is a
clearly
problem
just
for you.
don't know how to prioritize.
You can watch like 2 episodes a night,
That would take a
It would
week.
take
guys.
over a week.
at least.
Well, it'd take just under a week. Mhm.
no,
That
it
would
not.
take like a week, Judgerid.
No, I'm saying like, why can't you watch more than that?
I gotta study, bro.
But it's like an episode's like what, 20 minutes? Like
You watch
you're
one
only
while you're
dedicating
eating dinner.
40. Seriously,
Yeah,
eat
and I
dinner
don't
for like an
take
hour.
for dinner.
And then you eat one while you eat dessert.
You eat one while you eat dessert.
Yeah.
Watch one while you eat dessert.
I don't take an hour for that, guys.
No, but that's 2 episodes right
what
there.
about? Well, that's harder.
And then you watch anime while you're on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you watch anime while you're brushing your hair.
Taking your poop. Yep. Brushing your teeth.
I'll sit
Yeah.
down for like 10 seconds to pee and then I get up.
But what do you mean when you have to poop?
Exactly.
We all do it.
And when it just don't come. No.
I gotta focus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a slightly constipated person, so I have to focus.
Oh.
On your poops?
Yeah.
You know what? I get that sometimes. Sometimes.
Imagine
not
that
all the
still,
time.
every day.
Brushing your hair every morning? You're telling me you can't watch anime while you do that or getting dressed?
My hair takes like 2 minutes.
I guess you don't do your hair either, so.
That's
What am I
like
supposed to
what
do with my hair?
of an episode.
Oh, like braid it and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
No, because mine's just turning.
Zoe always does have her
hairstyles.
hair did. I should like follow your lead.
Mine just always turn into turds, so I gave up on it.
See, I really don't.
It looks less
You just gotta
professional
add
than
more
that.
leave-in conditioner.
Well,
That makes sense.
Leave-in conditioner? I don't use
like
that.
thick leave-in conditioner, and you just like slop it on your, almost like it's gel, but it's not. You know, it leaves your hair feeling like smooth and
Plus,
beautiful.
then when I go to the hospital, everyone comments about my beautiful hair, and I get to be like, yeah, thank you.
And they still will. What? You can leave them in poofs at the end
Not
if
if
you
I have a
really want.
turd hanging from my head.
Then leave them in poofs.
Oh boy.
Suljan, you're too creative with your hair. I don't know how to do all
I'm
that.
really not. I stick to the same 2 styles, dog.
That's more than me. That's creative.
And then when I don't feel like it, that's when the hair
And
goes into a ponytail.
literally, for the formal hair, I tried to do 2 braids here, and then I messed it up so bad. It did not turn out good at all. I was like,
braids
how
are
does
so
Goldie
cute,
do
though.
this?
You just take out like the first like chunk of your hair and then you braid it. But you start braiding it like going backwards so that it doesn't look weird when you go to pull it back.
Go back.
But
Yeah,
then you can
I did
like
that.
relax your arms and do it in the front again, because otherwise your arms just hurt.
Die.
It's the worst part about doing your hair.
Just
And then you just do a little tie
Worst
in the
part.
back, and then it's so cutesicles.
You ever do like a French braid and you're like, you go like
No,
rest
I've
your
never
arms
done
on
a
your
French
head
never
braid
for a
French
before. I
braid
minute.
my
can't
hair
do
because
it.
it turns into a
Okay.
turd.
And also,
Okay.
you have to make sure you dry the 2 front pieces in the front. Otherwise, you're going to weigh down your hair in the back. But you want it to be floofy still, so you got to let your hair in the back dry normal, and then you can flip it back over your head. Finish it
Wow.
off with a little bow if you want to be real cutesicles.
Whoa. And
Wow.
that's
Hairstyling
This is
101.
why when I get married, I'm gonna have someone do my hair because I know if I do it, it's gonna turn
What's
like trash.
getting? Oh, I get you for the wedding. I thought you meant like every day after you're married. I'm like, what's changing in your
What?
income
No!
that you're gonna like have some?
No, my hair's going back to this.
That's so funny.
No,
Are
no,
you gonna do
no.
your
This is my
children's
hair
hair
for
though?
every day.
Hmm.
What?
Your children's hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
see. I'm better at doing other people's hair. When it's my own hair, for some reason, I can't. The concept doesn't work.
Hmm.
My hands don't know how to figure things out.
Get
My
your
eyeballs.
man's to learn how to style hair. Then he can do your hair.
My boyfriend, who only has a brother, and whose mom has always had short hair, so there's
Doesn't
never
matter. There's YouTube
Huh. He can learn.
and wigs. You buy a $10 wig
He can learn.
and then shaboo
Okay.
shebang.
Okay.
Boom.
Anyways.
No excuses.
Anyways, we're talking about anime, guys. Goodness.
We were. Let's get back to that. Oh, we can talk about Soul Leveling now.
But we don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah. Also, so
If they've
watching
been watching by
Fire
now-
Force and finish watching Death Parade. Also watching.
But now you're just talking about things me and Jedrin haven't seen.
I'm not
You're just
talking about
talking-
them. I'm saying what I'm watching. So I'm giving recommendations. I'm not talking about it. But I'm giving a little
I don't want
synopsis.
multiple. Just give me one singular recommendation. So
I'm not going to give you a recommendation when you can't appreciate what's already in front of you.
Oh, snap. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming.
fine, I'll finish Freerin.
That's
I
like
was trying to
somebody not
watch it.
appreciating Stephen King. Like, sure, Stephen King takes a little longer to build up in his books, but you know something good is coming.
Yo, did you just liken Freerin to Stephen King?
Yes, because Freeman has beautiful art style, beautiful graphics to it, and a beautiful background.
Why are you laughing,
And
Jazzy?
Stephen King has a long build-up, but he has beautiful writing.
Imagine if
something
Stephen King
always
stumbled upon our
happens.
episode and was like, wow, I really need to go watch
Stephen
Freeman.
King stumbles upon our episode, I will literally bawl my eyes out because Stephen King.
But what if it was under a
your
pseudonym?
Your writing makes me want to cry. I aspire to be that. Anyways, so going back to Solo Leveling. For everyone who's watched Solo Leveling, I know what's going to happen next.
Oh, good Lord, have mercy.
Freaking congratulations, man.
Fuck. I know what's gonna happen
And
next.
so does anybody who looks up any spoilers. Like,
I just want to clarify though. Sully can back me up on this. She knows this, but I've been reading this before Solo Leveling was even a show, even an anime. Okay,
yeah.
so I'm not someone who just hopped on a bandwagon.
No,
I
you're
was there
not.
first.
You're a trendsetter,
I
Tegan.
am.
Wow.
Get the facts straight.
Yes, and she did say you should watch it once they make the anime adaptation.
Yeah,
And I was
because
like,
I saw
oh,
that and I
okay.
was like, "Yo, this is gonna be so
And
good."
I forgot about it. And then
I
one of my
did.
coworkers recommended it to me, and she was like, "You have to watch Solo Leveling," and I
A
did.
coworker recommended it to me too, and I did, and I'm like, I
And it
love
was
it.
so good,
So good,
beautiful.
so good. Like I could
Literally,
honestly.
season 2. Wait, I have a question, but let me finish my statement. Season 2, every episode, I was like, I literally don't know how it gets better than.
I know.
Anyway,
Speaking of which, oh, go ahead.
you remember how, Jadrin, you were like, when you guys get to this episode or this scene, let me know.
Oh, it's
What
when
scene were
he.
you talking about? Because
No,
I
it
don't
makes
think it
so
struck
much
me like
sense once
when
you
he goes
said it.
exchange.
exchange. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
And I think it was even more so for her because, of course, she didn't want to binge watch it like normal people.
Yeah.
And so that was the episode she ended up leaving off on.
Leaving
So she had to
off on.
wait a whole week before she
Right.
could like see what happens next.
like
So then,
literally,
yeah,
like,
I would
When I
probably
saw
feel the
that,
same way. But for me, I was just like, next episode, yup, here we go.
I know.
I think it made me
saw that, I
appreciate
was
that
like,
moment more. I know.
No, I appreciated every moment.
I internally screamed. No, I externally screamed.
I screamed too. I'm like,
was
wait,
like-
I need to go back and rewatch that, and I did.
No, it was the
that was a
auto, like,
beautiful
it was
moment.
like the actual jaw drop for me. It was like the,
Yeah. Yeah, and then it was, I need to rewatch that.
no, I didn't feel the need to rewatch
Oh,
it.
I did. I'm
No,
like,
I didn't watch it.
that man.
It will forever play in my mind.
Real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
God.
oh,
And honestly, I thought that they were gonna make it like I was so scared, like at the end of the first season, that he was gonna like become bad. Because like they almost like they
Yeah.
keep like edging it, you know, where
They
it's like
do.
where
They
they're like,
do.
oh, but are his morals still intact? And it's like,
Yes.
stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. I can't
know.
take this no more. My heart can't take it.
I know. Like,
But
then
even
every single
reading
time,
it, there's
I'm
still
just like,
some of those,
okay.
like it still makes you question that. And I'm just like, what is,
Makes sense.
where is
Yes.
they?
Well,
It
especially because
does.
every time, like, he, like, would, like, encounter, like, one of, like, the demons or whatever, and they're like, oh, he's not human. And you're like, what,
Yeah.
what do you mean? What do
And
you,
you're
what
like,
do you
wait
mean?
a second.
You're like, hang on.
Like, oh,
It was like the most prevalent once he just started speaking back to him in their native tongue, and then he was like, how can I do that?
he was like, wait a second. Yeah, wait. How can I do that?
Ugh, but it's just so good.
the
It's just like,
whole-
oh, where are they
I
gonna
think
go with
it's
it?
so interesting with the system and like when he tried to ask when he was in the tower thing doing the levels and he tried to
Yeah.
ask that one girl like a question and it was like glitch.
Oh, yeah, and he, like, glitches.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like why can't he know? Like I
Because
want to
this is a
know, so why
plan.
can't he know?
Not the
Because it's a plan that they're doing something. Something's
Yeah,
happening.
they need
Do you
players to stay
think
on this
okay,
path.
this is total theory right now. Do you think
Okay.
the system selected him
Come here.
and they're building him up as like a warrior for themselves?
Me and Jadron kind of talked about that at first, and
Yes.
then word number 2 was like, imagine how like some. I feel like sometimes it happens where people get so bored of being the strongest person
you
or
went to the party.
thing that they create other offspring or something that could possibly be strong enough to entertain them.
Yeah.
And so it's like has this and like this
Like it's
thing.
so powerful, it needs someone to go against, and it has no one. So it's like you're.
I mean,
gonna
think
do that.
about the ant at the end, right? Like he's like, I feel a king out here, and then that was no king. Okay, where's the next king? You know, it was like this constant like search
Yeah.
to like see like,
am I
like the
still the
hierarchy.
strongest? Am I
Exactly.
like still top dog kind of thing? And it's like,
Yeah.
if you are alive for that long, maybe you do just get bored of being the only.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want to say something, but I can't say it.
Good. Good.
I'm
As
still
you
pressed
shouldn't.
though that there hasn't been a confirmation of season 3.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
because there's 12 books out now, so I would imagine they'd be able to. Maybe they're working on it. Well, no, they would know then that that there will be a season 3. I don't think that's the concern. I think the concern is when will there be a season 3?
that. Yeah, there's no way they can build up this big of a following and not do another season.
Yeah. Plus, there's more books and everything.
No,
Like,
but there's been times in the past where animes that are
It's
really
true.
popular don't get another season. And
true.
sometimes there's no reason for it. But it's like,
surprised. I would be really
guess.
surprised, but
I would
I hope
cry.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
I would cry.
I would really cry, yeah,
Yeah.
because that's just not fair.
My heart would be broken.
But I was telling Jadrin, like, where I left.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was telling Jadrin, like, where I left off, because I couldn't get this 8th book for some reason, is where the second season ended. Like, it was perfectly. It was.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know, isn't that? So I literally just picked up where the last scene ends in this show, which is so
Oh, that's awesome.
But that's also crazy to think that they've made 2 seasons off of 8 books.
I know. And there's 12.
because I'm on the 8th one now.
Oh, 7 books. So,
7 books
okay.
in.
So,
More
where's my
content.
next season at? Where my next season at?
And there's I think there's for sure 12 out right now. So
Half of me always wants to think, I'm like, because it's not actual people acting, this should take out, like, this should be quicker. Like, they should be able to roll these things out a lot faster.
then you get all the artwork that goes into it.
And then they need everyone to,
Imagine
like,
how long that takes.
voice act it out and then be able to, like, link, like, the mouth movements with it.
Right.
Like,
What order do you think they do it in? Do you think they do the characters like they do like a general scene idea and then they do the voice acting to the scene and then they add in like the mouth movements after or
Yeah,
something?
that's what I would imagine.
probably.
That's so much work.
Because otherwise, if they do the mouth beforehand, then they have to like force the voice actors to stay
Right.
within a certain time frame,
Right.
and then that would just wouldn't look nice, and it wouldn't give it
Right.
an authenticity and stuff like that.
Right.
It's good.
So yeah, but like I like between JJK, Solo Leveling, and Demon Slayer, I need them to like plan it perfectly so that the next season of the next thing comes out as soon as the last one was done.
Yes, they really should.
Okay, no. I need like one to come out.
Oh, and
Right?
Kaiju number 8.
And like halfway through that one coming out, I need the next one to start. And halfway through that one, I need the next one to start. So that by the time the first one finishes, I can binge watch that one. And hopefully around the time I'm done with that, I can still have like a few days of like self-reflection. And then boom, I can binge watch the next one. And then a few days of self-reflection. Boom, binge the next one.
Yeah, but yeah, same concept idea. Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
But I think Don comes out this summer.
Oh.
Exciting.
And going off of anime for a hot second, I think Ginny and Georgia, 3rd season comes out in June or
Low
something.
key forgot that existed, bro.
I did. But
And
I just remember it
honestly,
ended
I
off
wouldn't
on, like,
care except for how the second season
well,
ended.
second season
I'm like,
ended. Yeah.
I kind of need to know.
Georgia, like, popping off. Like, calm down,
Wild.
girl.
Insane.
Calm down. Yeah.
Do you not remember how the
Yeah.
second season
White
ended?
women.
No, I do, but I was just I wasn't sure if you meant Jenny or Georgia, honestly.
Both of them.
I guess
Yeah,
both.
that's why I was like, I am not.
That's true. That's a really good point. Both of them.
But yeah,
That show is slightly unhinged, I won't lie. Good, though, in a good way.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Very good.
Don, I'm so excited for Don. Let me look up when because I think they announced the release date.
Oh,
Nice. Love that.
I feel like more newer animes recently have been doing like shorter first seasons so that they can release a second season a lot quicker.
And I love that.
I love that.
Because it like
Don't
gets
take
you
so long on the
hooked,
third.
but you can like you don't have to wait too long for
That's
more.
true.
It says it streams July 3rd in Japan. So I don't know how long it takes to get to the US.
It's maybe another week or so.
On
Probably.
Crunchyroll,
On Crunchyroll, I think it's a week.
it's well, no, you get it same day. It's just like an hour later or something.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
But they have the cover art for this. It's called
Dandadan's
Don
on
Evil
Crunchyroll?
Eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It says Don Evil Eye,
We
and then it
heard
says
you.
he's coming.
Interesting.
Oh, if you haven't watched Don, you should
You
watch
know, seasons that have come out. Did you guys ever watch You?
it.
on
No,
Netflix?
Yeah, I saw that it's getting its final season finally.
bless
It
the
came
Lord.
out today.
Do you
I
know
never
what this?
watched
You know what
the
You
last.
gives me vibes of? Pretty Little Liars, never ending.
It's okay. I've never seen Pretty Little Liars.
Me
but
neither, but I just remember watching all the commercials, and it's like, "Who's A? Find out this week," and it would happen.
But that's
every
not how
week
this
for-
is. That's
Because
not how
it's from
this
the
is,
view of
though.
the villain, so
It is. You know who it is.
know
That's not
who
what
it
I'm
is.
saying. I'm saying it's never ending.
Not
And not necessarily.
like yes, but no.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be over, but it's not over.
But okay, if you actually would watch the series, I think you'd be like, I
They
don't
do a
mind.
really good job with
Yeah.
each season.
They
Like,
do.
yeah, like okay, it could have been over, but then you
Right.
watch the next season and you're like,
This was
I'm
good.
not even mad.
My
I'm not mad.
favorite season was season 2
3.
and 3. Yeah. 3 by far. Oh my god, I love 3. I love 3. Like, way better than 1.
You really remember each season? I feel like things blur
Oh,
together
yes.
for me.
No, not with this. Because this, like, each season kind of takes place in a different place.
City
So
location.
yeah, so it's easier to like compartmentalize it. But no, honestly, I think you would like it, Tegan. Especially because he's a book lover.
But
I think you would like it.
I never watched season 4, but now they're out with season 5.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. 4 honestly felt like a totally different
show.
Yeah. Yeah, but
because isn't that one set in like London or something?
Yeah, it was like England. And it was like instead of like a smaller group of people that you're working with, it's like this huge group of people, and I don't know, it just everything felt chaotic to me. And like I think part of it was the fact that like so it's like set in like this higher class like group of people, and like they all have their secrets, and you're just used to him having his secrets and like being very calculated and controlling with everything, and he can't really do that. And so I get stressed out for him because it's like it's one of those shows where like you're rooting for him but you're not rooting for him, you know? So
yes,
yeah,
like you know that everything he's doing is wrong and you don't want it to necessarily go well for him, but you're like you're the only person who's been with me this entire time.
Yeah, so you're kind of like, what? Don't go.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyhow, you should watch it, Ian. You should watch it.
I'll consider it.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me.
That's valid.
That is.
I don't know why she's making that face though.
Got a big pout face.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
Spreading your dreary rears all over.
What are
the
you
place.
watching right now, Jasmine?
What am I watching right now? I'm kind of going back and forth between Freerin and Black Clover. I just finished watching this show on Netflix called Pulse. I don't know if you saw that. It's like a medical.
I feel like I've heard about it. Wait.
It's okay.
You
It's okay.
Black Clover? What gave you the I want to watch this?
It looked good.
Interesting.
Yeah, why?
Well, I already watched I don't know how much of it I've watched, honestly. I've watched
Okay.
like the first 150 episodes or something. Like, it's so slow.
Yeah, that's why I keep going back and forth between stuff.
Yeah.
And then I watched Severance, which highly recommend. Um, I just watched
That's
this
only on
movie.
Apple TV, right?
Yeah, I just watched this movie on Netflix that just came out called I Hostage. And like I honestly I don't really recommend the watch. Like uh, first off, it's not even in English. It's like in Belgian or something. I switched it to English so I didn't have to like pay close attention
Changing
to the
Belgian's
subtitles.
language.
Whatever, you know what I mean. And I'm sorry. Sorry for not being grammatically correct on that. So anyhow, not worth a watch. It's slow. It's like there's no great climax. There's no like great resolution. Nothing like that. But the only interesting aspect after watching it was that I found out it was based off a true story. That it was an event that actually happened in 2022. And so pretty much the premises of it is that like this man goes into an Apple store like in Belgium or something somewhere over there and just kind of like tells everyone to get on the ground, pulls out a gun. And then once police start showing up, he like whips out that he's got like a bomb on his like chest or whatever, like he's wearing like a bomb. Anyhow, and so there's like 40 people in the floor above him that he doesn't know about, but they're all trapped up there. And then there's like these 4 people who are in a closet, like on the same level as him, that he doesn't know about, that they're not there. Because like once he started shooting it off, like he didn't shoot at anyone, he just shot up like in the ceiling, and everyone just starts leaving. And it gets to the point where there's only this one guy who like actually got, like went on the floor and like stayed there. And like so he kept him hostage. So he only had one hostage that he knew of. But like the police and everyone knew of the 44 some other more that were in the building that they didn't want him to find out about. So anyhow, so it's just like it's like all these events that evolve to like try and get these people out of the building without him knowing and trying to get him to like surrender, but like he seems very sporadic and like his motives are unknown and stuff like that. Like the first thing he asks for is a negotiator, and then he asks for like $200 million in Bitcoin. Yeah, it's like why? But but it's like an event that actually occurred at an Apple store back in 2022.
Let's see.
Yeah.
2 million
Interesting.
Bitcoin is what?
200 million.
Oh, sorry.
200 million.
200 million Bitcoin.
And again, I don't know if that's like I don't know. Okay, I guess it's Bitcoin's just a Bitcoin. That's like a currency. That's not like yeah. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, but when did this take place?
2022.
Oh, in 2022?
Mhm.
Like it actually happened.
Yeah.
It actually happened. Yeah.
Well, okay. Today, am I reading this correctly? Whoa, hold on. I gotta figure out where the commas go. Okay.
Oh boy.
I don't even know if I can calculate this in the thousands, millions, billion, thousand, millions, billions, trillions. 18.6 trillion.
Dollars.
Yeah, US dollars.
Jesus. That's a lot.
Today, so I don't know what it was then.
Yeah. It
Although
probably
that was
was
only 3 years ago, so not like
Roughly the
yeah,
what
same.
Bitcoin
a
I
bit
think has.
less still. It's fluctuated a
So
lot.
I would imagine less, but I can't imagine significant.
But yeah, so anyhow, yeah, not really worth the watch if I'm being honest, because you know when like they make like those kind of like adaptations and like they'll over exaggerate like things that happen. So like, oh wow, yeah, okay. So like
You
things
can
seem
see it
like
over the years
more dramatic. Yeah, you can, Tegan.
on the
No, that's
top.
time, as in today.
Oh, Oh
I
wow.
suppose it does change that frequently, huh?
Yeah. But I don't know. It just
Yeah.
felt like they made the movie so that it was like pretty close to what actually happened, which I can respect. But it just made it a little bit more.
So if you watched it as more
Yeah.
of a documentary rather than a movie, it'd probably be
Yeah,
better.
then it would be more interesting, I think. Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
Because then there's also the documentary that came out on, I think, Hulu? I'm not sure. It's called Good American Family.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I was telling
She
you
was
guys about
talking
that.
about that with Ellen Pompeo.
Wait, did
Oh,
you finish it? Like, are you caught up on it?
no, I haven't watched any of it.
Oh,
My coworker talks about it. Because then she was like, yeah, and it's about like, um, they lie that they say this girl is a grown adult who just has issues and she's really not. She's a child and
it's
whatever and whatnot.
very complicated. Nobody really knows. So the show actually, in my opinion, portrays it the other way around. That the little girl is lying about her age, and the family is like unraveling and finding all this information out.
Is that based off like the true story?
It is based off a true story, but the true story is like complicated. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like anyone knows the true answers. She was adopted and she didn't know her age and stuff, and like they tried to do some like dating and but I think it is determined that she was a kid, but she was slightly older than they
Mm.
thought she was. I think they thought she was 7 and she's actually like 9 or 10 or something.
Either way, it doesn't
But
really matter.
it doesn't really matter now.
You,
Mm-mm.
if someone, yeah, no.
But she had like severe behavioral issues. It's at least
You
in the
adopted the child.
show.
That's all, like all on you.
What's all in you?
It's like adopting a dog and then because it has behavioral issues saying,
Oh,
yeah, well, it's gonna go live in this house now.
okay.
And
Let me
take care of
clarify.
itself.
Not just like behavioral issues. Like she had threatened to kill family members and like show up in the mom's room in the middle of the night with a knife and like say your time is limited and stuff kind of like that.
Okay, then that's something you go get them help for. You don't force them to live on their own because what is that gonna do?
Well, okay. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all.
Like genuinely, you're just making them a threat to society. But whatever.
But yeah, it was my thing was they family, at least if it's similar to the show, definitely should have been like, hold on a second, because like when they adopted her, they were like, oh, this is a closed adoption, so you get literally no information about the kid.
Mhm.
And by the way, the day they show up to adopt her, by the way, you have to pay all her health expenses that the previous family paid, and it was like $7,000 at that time. And they were like, "Bro, what?" And they had to pay it that day.
Mhm.
It was very sketchy. And then the
Yeah.
mom finds out like a month or so later that the adoption agency shut down and had a whole bunch of like fraudulent things and stuff. I was like, I feel like
Dang.
that's an issue on your part as well. Like, you probably should have done your research a little better.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know.
To say the least.
But I think the other thing was that a year before, like in real life, this family adopted the kid. There was a movie that came out with a very similar plot to the stories that they were telling. So it was kind of like, did that actually happen, or are you just making that up based off of the movie you saw?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I forgot what the movie was called, but
Sounds like everybody needs to go in for a psychiatric.
it sure
eval.
does. It's very interesting though seeing Ellen Pompeo play a different character, different role.
Roll.
Yeah, she looks older.
She is older.
Yep. And apparently there's a new horror movie coming out like this summer or something. I don't remember what it's called. But like apparently like when they did like the teaser trailer or something for it, they like put a QR code at the end of the trailer or something, and then like if you go to it, it's like this security cam footage and CCTV, sorry, footage of like these kids just running. Like, yeah, and it's like we're all like one night all these kids just disappeared and ran into the woods.
Not the scratching at the door.
Yeah, wait, what? I don't know how I feel about that. It's so weird.
And I'd seen it, and like I saw a video of it, and then like it like depicts like the events that I don't know if this actually happened or what, I don't know, but it depicts like the synopsis then, I guess, I don't know. And like the person who was like showing this was like, and it seems to be thought to be compared to like Long Legs.
Oh no, I don't need to watch another movie like Long Legs. No, thank you.
Oh, it was a weird movie.
Oh no, that was a weird movie.
I think
And
they
then I
made
said,
yeah.
what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, and then I was like, when he said I worship Satan or whatever, I was like, I think we entered the wrong theater. It was not what I was expecting. It was a strange movie.
It was a strange movie. I'd agree.
It was so weird. Wow.
It's like, yes, on one hand, when you look at it like watching that where it's like I worship the devil, it's like weird because it's like, oh, that's not cool, dude. But on the other hand, it's like if you're capable of worshiping the devil, you acknowledge the fact that God exists.
That you do.
This is true. Yeah.
So I feel like it's almost like more of a like,
yes, but it doesn't mean that you worship God because
what? No, wait, what? Huh? Wait, what did you think I was trying to get at?
You just said that you're just like acknowledging the fact that there is a God that exists.
Well, yeah. I saw on Instagram
but that doesn't make the movie like a devil worshipping movie. Is more what I was saying.
Oh no! I wasn't saying it was a devil worshipping movie. That character just happened to be.
It would look like it too. Hello.
Yeah, and I think the creepy part was he literally says that, and then he starts going.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that part I was like, okay.
It reminded me more of like the Nun movies and stuff. Well, not,
yeah, a little bit. No, yeah.
And then there's that other like string of movies that's like them like going
Annabelle?
to like no,
Is it The Conjuring you're thinking about?
Maybe, yeah. One of like the newer ones of that.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah.
When
you were gonna you're just about to say something.
What was I about to say?
You said you saw on Instagram. And I said that's number 2 this episode.
Oh, she did. This did happen.
Oh, I was saying I saw on Instagram that if acknowledging God exists was all that it took to be a Christian, then Satan would also be a Christian.
Oh, yes, this would be true.
So I was like, dang, right on.
Right on.
Right on.
Right on the money.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week.
Peace out.